Hi, welcome to Signs from Above. This is Lucy B. This story is the experience of losing a loved one before the Christmas holidays. This story actually came from a couple that go to church with me, and they shared their story. Oh, it was really, I'm just telling you, it was really, really, really heartbreaking. So they adopted two children, and one of their children named Sam, he was adopted at the age of 1. The couple recently lost Sam to drug addiction at the age of 15. So the story is he had many struggles for the previous 18 months, including getting expelled from school, fights, and other troubles. And then May of 2023, Sam ran away from home, and the couple reported him to police as missing. He took off on his bike. They had no idea where he went. But it's one of those things I can't even imagine. Cannot even imagine not knowing where your child is. But what they did was they just completely surrendered to God. They were brought a Bible story about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And this story is about 3 men and how they refused to bow down to Nebuchadnezzar, even though it could cost them their lives. But they trusted God completely. And even though it would have been easier to bow down to him, they still refused. At this point, the couple knew that they would continue to serve God no matter the outcome, and would refuse to let Satan win them over. Easily, right? Sometimes it's like we get so mad at God, and we end up letting Satan win. But they were wise enough to realize that they were not going to allow that to happen. Anyways, going back to the story, in June of 2023, the body of their son Sam was found. So being a parent, I cannot nor want to even begin to understand what it feels like to lose a child. I imagine that it would be the most unbearable pain that one could ever feel. This couple is no exception. So it has been a few months since losing their beautiful son, and now they're going into a season of their first Christmas without him. They're experiencing their first without him and still figuring out how to move forward without him. They wondered how they were going to put up their Christmas stockings. Do they want to put up Sam's? Do they not? Would it be weird if they put it up? Would they feel like they're moving on without his memory if they don't? How will Christmas morning be without him? And these things that honestly, again, I don't even want to imagine. And it's even things that I think of somebody that has never lost a child, of what that does feel like. The little tiny things that we just take for granted and don't understand. So this wonderful couple has stated that although it's been tough and they're walking through this, that they feel God is so very close to them and comforting them. So many people call them, send texts, pray with them, send meals, and mourn alongside them. And God has indeed sent these earthly angels to be with them. So my question is, what about you? Have you ever lost anyone? If you haven't, I'm just telling you right now, you were truly blessed. I haven't lost a lot of people, but I have lost some friends. And then my grandparents were extremely, extremely close to me. And the pain is horrible. It's horrible. Then again, if it's your child, right? So if you have, and you've recently lost somebody, I'm very sorry. And I know that sorry is not so much a comforting word. It's just one of those words that people use because they don't know what else to say. But I am truly sorry, and my heart is completely with you. And if you have lost someone, especially someone extremely close to you, do you have any words of advice to help others to make the holidays easier? I know that time heals, But I also know that in the beginning, it's tough without our loved ones. Lastly, if you have lost a loved one, do not give up hope in our Lord Jesus. It might seem easier, but I promise it'll be harder if you do this. Just pray, pray, pray. And God never promised that life would be easy. Never. He just promises He'll be there for us if we seek Him and want Him there. Eventually, our earthly bodies are all going to die. It's kind of regardless of death sentences that we all have. And our earthly bodies are just not made to continue on. But the good news is that if we want Jesus in our lives, He will accept us into His heavenly kingdom with our new heavenly bodies. So again, I am just going to say, if you have lost someone, again, I'm so very sorry. And I pray for you. And I am praying for you as you go through these holidays. So that is all that I have today. And I truly do hope to see you next week. All right. Bye.